What's up, guys? LA Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 4 of my MLB 15 The Show franchise. So right here, now I'm making this episode. This is probably kind of weird for some of you guys, because it's been roughly 3 to 5 months. I would say 3 months to my last episode, 5 months till my last real consistent uploading phase. And, I took a lot of summer off. For some of you guys, your summer might already be over. For me personally, I go back to school in about 2 weeks, but yeah, I actually kind of ditched all of summer from recording videos, which most people's minds probably is kind of a retarded move. I created that update video a while ago, which kind of explained my reasoning for taking a break. If you did not see that and you're interested in why I took such a long break, that video is there for all you guys to see. Anyways, today I'm taking on the Seattle Mariners. Something that I'm doing in this episode, which I haven't done in previous episodes, is I'm showing off not only my lineup and my team's or my player stats, but I'm showing the opposing team's lineups and their player stats. So you see, they're 17-9 and I'm 10-16. This is kind of a crucial game just due to the fact that this is a division rivalry, and in baseball, outside of baseball, other than a sport like basketball, divisions are what determine your playoff spot for the most part, outside of the wildcard seedings, rather than a thing like your conference standings. But anyways, right here you see I'm going to throw a hanging curveball to Taiwan Walker. I swear one of you guys commented just not too long ago on how to pronounce it, and I totally forgot. I'm going to say Taiwan Walker. We'll go with Taiwan Walker for this episode. I'll learn it by the time he's on the mound for the next time, but I think it's Taiwan Walker. Anyways, you gave up a hanging slider right there, and slowly that will give the Mariners a 1-0 lead. I'm not too concerned about it, though. Something that's kind of been my thing. I'm not sure if this has been the thing in the previous few episodes, but in the past couple of months that I've been playing MLB, I've had the tendency where I like to just get a lot of runs in the first inning, and then my offense kind of just slips away. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here, just try to produce as much offense as possible in this first inning, just basically to try to get myself in rhythm, and that's basically it. If you can get a lot of runs in the first inning, you just kind of get your pitcher in a better rhythm, because you give them the idea that they are in a good pitching position, because they're going to be pitching with a lead, which is always much easier than pitching from a deficit. So right here anyways, you see Billy Hamilton, this is probably the weirdest thing you've ever seen. Billy Hamilton just completely connected on one and drove it out of the ballpark over, I guess you can call it a monster out there in right field. It's a pretty large wall, and Billy Hamilton just drove right over it like he was a power hitter, which we all know is not the case. His powers might be in the 30s at this point, I'm not sure. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is Billy Hamilton is not a home run hitter, and he just destroyed one. So it's keeping up the trend where I like to score a lot of runs in the first inning. If you're getting a home run with Billy Hamilton, you have to be in some sort of groove. But anyways, my next two batters get out, but luckily Bryce Harper right there gets a hit back up the middle. And that will not be the only hit for this inning, as right here we're going to hit it right outside the shortstop's reach. And I will have runners on first and second. So next up, I don't even know who this is. It's been so long since I played this franchise that I forgot a lot of the players I'm playing with. I believe that's the third, Johan Cora, I think. Just hit that double right there. And this is kind of embarrassing, because a lot of people who are playing right now I'm not aware of. But anyways, the runner from first and the runner on second would have scored on that double, or not, they did score on a double. And then on the following pitch, he leaves me a hanging curveball that I just destroy over the left field wall, which will give me a 5-1 lead, a 5-run inning. 4 of those 5 runs in this first inning actually came off a 2-out rally, so that's just something to be aware of, is that we just kind of got on a rally right there. You see, this guy's only thrown 10 pitches this whole entire inning, and he's already given up 5 runs. So we're just kind of swinging at the first pitch thus far, and it's been working. I mean, right there, Javier Baez, the one who hit the home run. He's not much of a power hitter either. So kind of an interesting inning. The 2 home runs that we hit were by players who you would not necessarily expect to be hitting home runs, but I don't mind. If you feel like hitting a home run, you hit a home run. I have no problems with that. Anyways, Taiwan Walker, oh my god, Taiwan Walker, I don't know. Right there, he gets a curveball to strike out the batter. Taiwan Walker actually kind of got back in a rhythm following that first inning. To be honest, I don't really think he was out of rhythm. I think he just threw one bad pitch and a player connected on it. That's really the only reason that they even have a run on the board right now. So for the most part, I would say we're in a much better position than them. A 5-1 lead is really all you need to kind of seal the game. You see right there, we got a double. Sadly, we're not able to get the run to score, as Giancarlo Stanton will fly out there with 2 outs, and that will end the inning. Anyways, they're going to try to kind of create some offense of their own. I believe this is the first batter at the top of the third. He's going to get a hit back up the middle. So a few batters later, you see he's going to hit a full swing bunt, which, okay, let me just say right now, for you guys playing MLB, you would know this. Full swing bunts happen far too often in this game. Great hitters will somehow miss a ball and swing as hard as they can, and the ball managed to roll like 3 feet. So I don't really understand why this is the situation, why this is a scenario. I don't even know why it's in the game, is why you destroy a ball and it goes 3 feet. Personally, I'm trying to get a better understanding for it. But right here, Yohan Cora completely connects someone, and you see the left fielder jumps, and oh my, was that close. He almost robbed it. It went right past his glove, and I will take it. So there we go. We got a run right there. So now we're up 6-1. It's a 5-run lead. And personally, although Taijuan Walker's been having kind of a rough season, I believe at this point he's about 0-3 with some type of 6 or 7 ERA. I believe that we can pitch a well enough game to where we won't be giving up 6 runs or throwing away this game. So this 6-1 lead is very comfortable for me. I feel very good pitching in this situation. You see, even though I gave up that double, I come back strong and get Calhoun swinging or chasing right there on a changeup that barely seems out at the strike zone. And then on the following pitch, or the following batter, he will ground out to shortstop, and there we go. The inning is over, and now we're up 6-1 going into the 5th. Of course, there's plenty of baseball left to be played, so we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves or get too confident in the point where we're going to be giving up pitches over the strike zone. And that's never really been my mentality, though. I typically like to keep the mentality of confident, not cocky. And basically what that helps me with is that when I have a big lead, I have the confidence that I will be able to keep that lead. But I'm not stupid enough to give them any pitches that they can hit, because personally, I want to win by as large a margin as possible, because I'm trying to show to this team right here, this Mariners team, that we're a force to be reckoned with. Because like I said, they're like 9 games above us, and the season just started. Or maybe, yeah, my math is completely off. They're like 5 games above us, and the season just started. So they are doing much better than us, to say the least. And kind of, I just want to instill some fear in those who I'm going to be playing this season. Because who knows, there may be a time later this season where I'm going to have to be playing the Mariners in a make or break game. And I want to just be able to put some confidence in my team that they know how to play against this Mariners team. Not only that, but we need every win we can get, because, well, let's be honest for a second. We are like, I don't know, what was it, 7 games under 500, something like that? Maybe 9 games under 500? Anyways, the point I'm trying to make, we need to be winning more games if we want to have any chance of making playoffs. The problem is, a 500 team doesn't make playoffs in baseball. So I'm going to have to probably go about 8 or 9 games over 500 if I want to have a chance to even make a wild card spot. And this is where something I'm going to talk about more in next episode, because this episode's already kind of close to coming to an end. There's only about 2 minutes left. And ideally, from the beginning of this series, this wasn't supposed to be kind of a fake series. Of course, it's a fantasy draft, so there's some fakeness in that aspect. Where realistically, a fantasy draft would never happen in a professional league. Football, baseball, hockey, anything. That would not happen in real life. There wouldn't be just a random fantasy draft where all the players were repicked. But something that kind of happened here is I became kind of trade happy. And in my opinion, I made this series more interesting because I almost turned this into an experimental league where I started trading for players who are having extremely good seasons, whether they're high overalls or low overalls. So I traded away a lot of prospects, a lot of young guys, in order to get some really good players, or some players who are having really good years. This could be mid-80 overall players, mid-70 overall players, or even 90s overall players. I trade for some of these guys purely because I just want to be able to make the playoffs by the first season. Right now, you see we're about 9 games under 500, or maybe 8 games following this win. There definitely has to be some changes if we are looking to make a playoff spot. So with that being said, I kind of turned this into experimental league to do whatever I could to try to make the playoffs, and it ends up actually getting really interesting, and in my mind, it makes this series much more entertaining. That will be up to you guys to decide, and I'm hoping you guys feel the same way. All I can tell you is there's a very big trade about to be underway, and it may involve Giancarlo Stanton. For those of you who are Stanton fans, don't be too concerned about it, because the player that we get in return, I think you'll like just as much, if not more. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, please like the video. Please comment your opinion of the series and what I could make it more interesting. I know it's been a long time since my previous episode, and I'm really looking forward to be back in YouTube, because it's been so long. I'm really missing it. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and you can see more of the series and other series that will be coming up in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.